Thank you. Your question, the member from Haliburton, Kawartha Lakes Brock.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister of Children and Youth Services. 10 months ago, a group home in Oakwood in my riding burned to the ground, killing 2 people, including 1 child. This sad incident highlighted many flaws in our province's management of group homes. This past week, we saw a disturbing article in the Toronto Star about the abuse and violence faced by group home staff, as well as the lack of training and oversight by the ministry. As a member of the government's panel reviewing residential care system put it, you know your system is based on the flimsiest of foundations when you have absolutely no standards on who can do this work. The Ontario Provincial Advocate for Children and Youth had previously said he is fed up with the situation, but we have seen little action from this government. Why is the government allowing our children and care workers to live in such terrible conditions?
Thank you. Minister of Children and Youth Services.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the member opposite for the question. The events that took place in her riding were very tragic, and you know, my heart goes out to everyone who is involved, the workers, the family, the community as a whole. The experiences shared by the group home workers and with the Toronto Star, I know it was a very difficult article for many to read. I wanted to take a moment just to acknowledge the bravery in the folks to sharing their stories that were captured in that article. Service providers and workers play an important role in the lives of young people in care, and they have a strong influence in the day-to-day lives of young people who are in their care. Immediately following the fire, multiple investigations were started by local and provincial authorities, some which are continuing, Mr. Speaker. And the ministry continues to offer its full support and cooperation in those investigations.
Answer.
The places that children and youth live in must be welcoming, and they must meet their needs. And we're doing work reform to ensure we better position young people for success.
Supplementary.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the government needs to start treating our group home workers and high-needs children like people, not statistics. I had written to the minister about the tragic state of our group homes this past April. I even filed an order paper question to see if I could get some real answers from this government. Unfortunately, the Toronto Star article shows that this government just isn't listening. First, they failed to implement key recommendations from the Residential Services Review Panel to create a single oversight body for the system, even though they could have included that in Bill 89. Now we learn that even when my local Children's Aid Society tried to reach out to the ministry to address an increase in violence, quote, there was silence. Oh dear. Will the minister stop ignoring these calls for action and take this issue with the seriousness that it deserves?
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we've taken immediate action to address some of the issues the member is raising. We increased the number of unannounced inspections of licensed residents. We've confirmed licensed residents are compliant with the current fire code, and we established an intensive site review team to conduct enhanced inspections of the sites, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the interesting thing about this question, I don't want to make this question a contentious back and forth, but we put forward a whole new framework for residential services for young people, and we put forward a blueprint. In Bill 89, we've modernized many of the aspects that we're talking about today, and still we don't know why the Conservative Party voted against Bill 89, which modernized services for children in this province. So I still have to ask, why didn't we have cooperation from the Conservative Party?
Thank you.